Hello, everyone. Happy National Poetry Month. So, today we're going to talk about The Weary Blues by Langston Hughes. And I figured I'd wear Angela Davis because it felt like it made sense, since she is a civil rights activist and he was as well. But before we get into the book, I have a huge announcement. I decided I would just announce it in the beginning, so then if you don't watch the whole video through, at least you'll get this. This is not the official final copy of my book, but this is the cover, and this is the back. There's me, your boy, little biography. Um, this is going to be the final proof that I get. I already have to edit something in my biography that I wrote about myself. I have a typo. So then I'm going to go through the entire book again to make sure there's no other things that I want to change. I technically have until Tuesday, but I'm gonna try to finish editing it before the weekend's out if I need to change anything. And it's officially gonna be on sale on Amazon. I'm doing self-publishing with Amazon on April 22nd. So, um, it will depend on when I get the official book, whether I talk about it next week or the week after once it comes out. I'm thinking the week after once it comes out. So, excuse me, just stay tuned for that. Um, so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. I made this on Canva. I'm very proud of it, of course. I'm proud of the cover, proud of the inside. Proud when I fix my typos, if I have any more other than the one on the back. And I'm really excited to have you guys read it and make a video about it and everything like that. So yeah, so that's the update. I did push the date back originally, but I'm gonna keep it at where it is and try and edit it before the weekend's over and hit finalize on the self-publish. So then that'll be it. If something's wrong, it's just gonna be wrong because it's been a long time dream of mine to publish my book or a book in general. So if something's wrong, something's gonna be wrong. Unfortunately, I'm trying to push myself, y'all. So since I made that announcement, let's get back into The Weary Blues. So I'm gonna read a little. It's gonna be like more of a skim, kind of a condensed version. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Langston Hughes, and then we'll get into my favorite poems and the poems that I wrote for inspired by the book. So I'm gonna read the part. So they have two like beginning parts. They have like is it a preface or a forward? I think it's a forward. I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. Pollen and my allergies right now are crazy. I'm gonna try not to be blowing my nose. I know y'all do not want to see that, but if I sneeze, I can't really control that. But it's a forward introduction. So basically, he was born on February 1st, 1902, in Joplin, Missouri. And he lived in, before his 12th birthday, which is a lot of places, City of Mexico, Topeka, Kansas, Colorado Springs, Charleston, Indiana, Kansas City, and Buffalo. So that's a lot going on with him. He worked as a child. This says after high school. He graduated from Central High School in Cleveland, Ohio. In the summer, he worked as a livery boy and a dummy boy in hat stores. So I'm assuming he's like a model for the hats. That's my assumption. After 4 years in Cleveland, he moved to be with his father in Mexico, and then migrated to New York, where he entered Columbia University. He did not really like it apparently, so he left. He decided to stop working for his father and go on his own. He became a sailor. He did other jobs before that, but the sailor, I feel like, is a big chunk of like his experiences because he went to a lot of places and he talks about it in the book. So yeah, he went to Africa, the West Coast. Well, when I say Africa, I'm going to say Congo, because Africa's a continent, I know. So he went to Congo. He went to west coast of Africa, Canary Islands, the Azores. I hope I said that right. Canary Islands, I think I said that one, and other places. But that was like one of the things that really seemed to shape him. And he also went to Italy, Florence, Italy. He does talk about that in the book as well. He went to Venice, Verona. Yeah, he went to a couple places. Nepali. He went to a lot of places. He came back to New York in 1924, and that's when the author of the introduction met him. Who is the introduction by? I think he's another writer. Carl van Vechten. I hope I said that name right. And he talks about, his experiences with him, and they met a bunch of different writers. And he talks about how Langston Hughes needs to write his own biography, which I don't know if he has one, but that's just a little bit about him. Clearly, he's been through a lot. So now we're going to get into the book, and I'm going to read the introduction. I'm trying to open my iPad. Come on. All right. I'm going to read the introduction because there's like a poem before all of the poems, and it's called Proem. So I'm guessing like a prologue poem. So here's Proem. I am a Negro. Black as the night is black. Black like the depths of my Africa. I've been a slave. Caesar told me to keep his doorsteps clean. I brushed the boots of Washington. I've been a worker. Under my hand, the pyramids arose. I made mortar from the Woolworth building, for the Woolworth building. I've been a singer all the way from Africa to Georgia. I carried my sorrow songs. I made ragtime. I've been a victim. The Belgians cut off my hands in Congo. They lynched me in Texas. They lynch me now in Texas. I'm a Negro. Black as the night is black. Black as the night is black. But black like the depths of my Africa. So that's the introduction. And then we get into the first section, which I know you can't really see. It's called The Weary Blues, named after the book. And I'm going to read the introduction poem. The Weary Blues. Droning a drowsy, syncopated tune, rocking back and forth to mellow croon. I heard a Negro play. Down on Lenox Avenue the other night by the pale, dull parlor of an old gaslight. He did a lazy sway to the tune of those weary blues. To a tune those weary blues. With his ebony hands on each ivory key, he made the poor piano moan with melody. Old blues, swaying to and fro on his rickety stool. He played the sad, raggy tune like a musical fool. Sweet blues, coming from a black man's soul. Old blues. In the deep song, with a melancholy tone, I heard the Negro sing, the old piano moan. Ain't got nothing in all this world. Ain't got nobody but myself. I's going to quit my frowning. I think that's what it's supposed to say. And put my troubles on the shelf. Thump, 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 with his foot on the floor. He played a few chords, then he sang some more. I got the weary blues, and I can't be satisfied. Got the weary blues, and can't be satisfied. I ain't happy no more, and I wish I had died. And far into the night he crooned that tune. The stars went out, and so did the moon. The singer stopped playing and went to bed, while the weary blues echoed through his head. He slept like a rock or a man that's dead. So that's the Weary Blues poem. And I'm going to read. I've been sharing these poems, but in case you have not seen them, I'm going to share them now. So I wrote my own version of the Weary Blues. Only time you have peace is when you're dead and gone, sleeping peacefully forevermore. So that's my version of it. And then I wrote another poem based off of one in another poem in this section. And as you can see, I liked a lot. And I'll give a little review at the end. Where's the page I'm looking for? Oh, here it is. So this poem's called Young Prostitute. Her dark brown face is like a withered flower on a broken stem. Those kind come cheap in Harlem, so they say. So I wrote my own version, also called Young Prostitute. Her dark brown face is like a crumpled up paper in a trash bin. Those come cheap in D.C., so they say. I use D.C. because, I'm close enough, right? So that's the Weary Blues. And I'm going to just give my overall opinion about the book right now. I loved it. I really did. I highly recommend you read this. All the poems are short, but they're really they really give you a good message in like a short amount of time. So that's really good. Okay, next section is called Dream Variations. So I'm going to read the opening poem. To fling my arms wide in some place of the sun, to whirl and to dance till the white day is done. Then rest at cool evening beneath a tall tree while night comes on gently. Dark like me, that is my dream. To fling my arms wide in the face of the sun, dance, whirl, whirl, till the quick day is done. Rest at pale evening, a tall slim tree, night coming tenderly, black like me. So my version is by the same name. I will put the poetry form that I used for the short poems that I shared throughout the week in the description. Because I did Cinquain poems. I feel like I'm always saying that name wrong. But here it goes. Night sky, black as me, and clear as can be, and bright, also like me, except the stars can float. So then, the other poem that I did for this section I cannot speak French, but I think it's Poème d'automne. It's in French, but here's the poem. The autumn leaves are too heavy with color. The slender trees on the Balkan road are dressed in scarlet and gold, like young courtesans waiting for their lovers, but soon the winter winds will strip their bodies here, and then the sharp, sleet-stung caresses of the cold will be their only love. So I wrote my own version called Autumn Poem, because I can't pronounce it in French, but here it goes. The autumn leaves are too heavy with color. Tree branches swaying in the crisp air. Pine needles sting the air. Fire and gold leaves decorate the ground. Children's laughter breaks the silence of the day. Winter is creeping up, but the warm breeze keeps her at bay. For now autumn gives everyone a warm embrace. So there are 7 sections, so we got a couple more to go. Okay, let me see. The next one is called... Am I skipping one? I did. The Negro Speaks of Rivers. So here's that poem. And it's dedicated to W.E.B. Du Bois. I've known rivers. I know rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood and human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euripides when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo, and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sun. I've known rivers, ancient dusty rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. So here's my poem. My soul is powerful like a river. It can carve through any troubles in front of it. Sorry. Alright. So on page 40 of this section, this is the last poem in the section, it's called Poem. He has two poems called Poem in this book, actually. So here it goes. The night is beautiful, so the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, so the eyes of my people. Beautiful also is the sun. Beautiful also are the souls of my people. So I wrote my own version of the poem. The night is beautiful, so the faces of my people. The moon is bright, so the eyes of my people. Powerful also are the planets. Powerful also are the souls of my people. That's my version. So sorry. So now we're going to go to the fourth section. It's called Black Pierrot. I shared that poem today. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Once again, French is not my thing. But the poem is called A Black Pierrot. I'm a black Pierrot. She did not love me. So I crept away into the night. And the night was black too. I'm a black Pierrot. She did not love me. So I went until the red dawn dripped blood over the eastern hills, and my heart was bleeding too. I'm a black Pierrot. She did not love me. So with my once gay-colored soul shrunken like a balloon without air, I went forth in the morning to seek a new brown love. So my version, which I haven't shared the short version yet, I once knew of a black Pierrot who was just looking for love in all the wrong places. All right. And then the poem that I was inspired to write my own version of was Songs to a Dark Virgin. Songs to the Dark Virgin. So here it goes. It's in 3 parts. Here's part 1. Would that I were her jewel, a shattered jewel, that all my shining brilliance might fall at thy feet, thou dark one. Section 2. Would that I were a garment, a shimmering silken garment, that all my folds might wrap about thy body, absorb thy body, hold and hide thy body, thou dark one. 3rd part. Would that I were a flame, be but one sharp, leaping flame, to annihilate thy body, thou dark one. So I changed it to Songs to the Dark Love for my version. Would that I were a diamond, a shattered diamond, that all my brightness might fall upon your lap, thou dark one. My section 2. Would that I were a scarf, a warm, comforting scarf, that all my folds might wrap around thy body, squeeze thy body, hold and cradle thy body, thou dark one. Part 3 for me. Would that I were a star, but one bright, fleeting star, to shine on thy body, thou dark one. I mean, I like it, but I mean, calling somebody a dark one, I don't know. I mean, I guess, they're black, but a little on the nose. Yeah. So the next section is Waterfront Streets. And here's the poem. The spring is not beautiful there, but dream ships sail away to where the spring is wondrous, rare, and life is gay. The spring is not so beautiful here, but lads put out to sea who carry beauties in their hearts and dreams like me. Isn't that so simple yet beautiful? So here's my version. Dreaming of sailing round the world without a care in that same world, at peace with my feelings. And then page 61. The poem is called Nacha, which I think is a location. I did not look it up. Nacha, offering love. Nacha, offering love. For 10 shillings, offering love. Offering a night with me, honey. A long, sweet night with me. Come, drink palm wine. Come, drink kisses. A long dream night with me. So I called mine Red Light for Red Light District. Red Light, offering love. For $500, offering love. Offering a night with a baddie. A long, sweet night with her. Come drink vodka. Come drink kisses. A long dream night with her. So, I had to make it a little modern. So, the next section is called Shadows in the Sun. This is the only poem that is not named after this section. And the line is in the poem, but it does kind of like annoy me a little. I'm like, Langston, dang, you don't want to keep it consistent? But here it goes. The poem's called Beggar Boy. What is there within this beggar lad that I can neither hear, nor feel, nor see? That I can neither know, nor understand, and still it calls to me. Is not he but a shadow in the sun, a bit of clay, brown, ugly, given life? And yet he plays upon his flute a wild free tune, as if fate had not bled him with her knife. So it's in the poem, but it's not the title. So I'm a little like, So I made my own version. Fate can deal an unfair hand in life and leave you high and dry, fending for yourself alone. And then the poem that I decided to write to as well is called The Dreamkeeper. Bring me all of your dreams, you dreamers. Bring me all of your heart melodies, that I may wrap them in a blue cloud cloth, away from the two rough fingers of the world. So I called mine Dreamcatcher. That would be clever. Bring me all of your dreams, you dreamers. Bring me all of your sweet songs, that I may embrace them in a pink love cloth, away from the two rough fingers of the world. So the last poem is called, or the last section is called Our Land. And so here's Our Land, the poem. It says poem for a decorative panel. I did not look up what that meant. So here we are. We should have a land of sun, of gorgeous sun, a land of fragrant water, where the twilight is a soft bandana handkerchief of rose and gold, and not this land where life is cold. We should have a land of trees, of tall, thick trees, bowed down with chattering parrots, brilliant as the day, and not this land where birds are gray. Ah, we should have a land of joy, of love, and joy and wine and song, not this land where joy is wrong. Oh, sweet away, ah, my beloved one away. So I wrote my own version. Land of freedom, but not really free for everyone. Our own land to finally be free. And then another poem that I decided to be inspired by is actually the last poem called Epilogue, which I think an epilogue is like when you end things, it's like the end. Prologues in the beginning, epilogues at the end. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll sit at the table when company comes. Nobody'll dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America. So I wrote my version. I too sing America. I am the darker sister. They send me to sleep in the back when company comes, but I laugh and sleep well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll sleep in the front when company comes. Nobody'll dare say to me, sleep in the back then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America. So yeah, I highly 100% recommend reading this book. I feel like a lot of black people would still be able to relate to this and it's crazy because it came out in like 1926, I think. Let me double check. And it's crazy that we can still relate to things from like so long ago. Yep, 1926. That still relates to our modern day struggles of like not really feeling like you belong in America. And he also has a poem called The South, talking about migration and him going to New York for a better life, and that South is not really hospitable for black people. And it's just really crazy that a lot of these poems are still relatable to this day. So yeah, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. I think I got this on Amazon. Don't quote me on that. If I will find a link and I will link it in the description. So yeah, definitely highly recommend it. And then I will definitely make an official video announcement and an entire video talking about my book. So watch out for those. And I will see you all next week.